the sticking point for me, really. It's like
Yeah.
we got a Shaker on one side and we have a Primal Beast on the other.
Alrighty, let's jump across into game number 1 of this best of 2 series here. BetBoom on the brink of elimination. I mean, technically they're dangling into the void already. They need this win to drag themselves back up that cliff and onto dry land. But my god, it is looking difficult.
Oh, and they are... So I think the last time I saw them play Sniper was Dahak playing it, but it's a Laurel Sniper, and Dahak is going to be taking the left track in this spot. I think this might actually be his first game on the hero for the TI groups.
Hey, interesting.
Laurel has played the Sniper twice. Those were both losses. Dahak played it once, and that was a win. So we'll see if Laurel can break his streak here in an all-important game.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Lal's history with Leshrac, but I know that Dahak really likes Lesh, so does make a bit of sense. These are both very much Dahak heroes on the Sniper and the Lesh.
Yep. Yeah, and it's been a team that has been very much they're defined by the Dahak heroes.
They really are, yeah. This is Dahak +4, as some have said, but not to put down the rest of the team. When these guys are firing all cylinders, they look absolutely fantastic. They've looked like they can take games of anyone, but they have not found that momentum. And that's been the same for a lot of the teams in these groups. Like, I feel like people said the same thing about TSM, and they're now fighting for their lives. People said the same thing about Boom, and they're now most likely eliminated. So it's TI, man. Brings out the best of some and the worst of others.
Yeah, the trickiest thing for BetBoom is that they just never managed to take any of those like clutch 1-1s against the really big teams. Like everybody that's kind of on top of this group, they all got 2-0'd, which has sort of put them in this very precarious position. Some of the teams that are in upper bracket contention, all it took was just keep getting 1-1s. 1-1s against everybody has been good enough under some circumstances.
Yeah, and interesting at bottom here, Dahak had the option to take the creeps under the tower, but just drag them forward to the wave to make sure it kills it off super quickly. While Xingqiu goes for the pull, so BetBoom, they're going to be able to get a pretty huge wave under their tower here, which I'm not sure if Dahak's going to be able to deal with. So yeah, he's actually going to drag them around.
Yeah, Faithbeyond's still keeping the pressure on him, and okay, we now have 2 bot lanes. But Faithbeyond forcing Dahak to take this under the tower is pretty bad for him.
Not what he wanted at all. He was really trying to avoid this, like from the very start. So a little bit tricky. But now he gets level 2, he'll be fine. That's what he wanted. He wanted the level 2 before any creeps came under his tower, because then he can last it with Lightning Storm. It's not so bad. Meanwhile, Roger and Xingqiu having a bit of a kiss and a cuddle behind the tower here, and Roger's not really enjoying this too much. Xingqiu just swiping away at the poor old Earthshaker, forcing him away, but he's trying to drag the creeps around regardless. It's all getting very confusing here.
There's some real nonsense going on here. I'm surprised that they don't feel like they can take the lane head on.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Snako, a top lane. He's going to be the one to fall as he's run down by Arme and Innocence. The combination of that Ghoul Frenzy plus the slows from the Frost Shield and the Frost Blast just giving them way too much killing power in the early game.
Not only did they get this first blood, but they just dragged the whole wave into this stacked big camp.
Yeah, that's huge, actually. That's huge. What a disadvantage. And this is a lane you should be winning. Like, Slardar Marcy, my god, that should be terrifying.
Yeah.
Why are you terrified, LGD? Stop being confident.
Yeah, Soneko's got a point in Sidekick currently, so he got Sidekick level 1. Now he's got the Dispose. All right, doing something.
Yeah, let's see. Arme trying to fight through this at the moment is going to be able to get over to the safety of the trees.
Don't have a ton of regen up here, but he's going to sustain naturally.
I know it's a sniper Bilal. He's actually just going to turn this around on nothing to say. He could be in some trouble. Oh, that's a big miss on the shrapnel, but it's not going to matter. Lal brings it down regardless. Nothing to say, taking a step too far forward. A big kill for the young offlaner here.
They tried to force it, and he was winning the lane super hard before that point. 7-2 against 15-6. But thought that he could get the kill. Maybe some revenge now as he's respawning and Jinkyu's lurking in the trees. Laurel, do you sense this?
His senses are tingling a little bit, and Jinkyu might give up the goat for now. Start to head back over to Roger. I mean, they might have spotted this on this observer they've got and would have just caught a glimpse of Jinkyu moving across. There's a lot of brawling going on in the mid lane, actually. Lal and nothing to say. Not getting along. They're not having a peaceful time with each other.
No, certainly not. But Lal doesn't really need the water in, so it doesn't really matter that Jinkyu's coming over for this one. Roger's keeping an eye on what's going on over here.
Yeah, just making absolutely sure that Jinkyu is not going to be sitting in the trees next to Lal and stopping him being able to lane. It's a very straightforward strategy for Roger here. Just has to just follow the Primal Beast, because the one thing we know about Primal Beast is that if he gets a good start to the game, it is so hard to shut him down and stop him just running around the map and killing you. So, especially from a pole position, like, you just need to follow him around a bit, make sure he doesn't get any initiations off, and if you can't do that, he does feel like a much worse hero.
Yeah, they've done a good job so far, and I kind of like the giving a lot of the experience to the Leshrac. It feels to me like Roger should have a lane that he's going to be able to go to and find some farm at some point, either the Lesh or the Sniper heading into jungle. I think this is getting gone on a little bit at mid. Jinkyu comes TPing in.
Yeah, they get the stun, but Lal, he's kind of running out of damage here, and Jinkyu moving across as well. He's got the trample to scare away the Sniper, but Lal going to be able to stand his ground a little bit, trade off a little bit of damage here. So Sniper holding his ground, making sure he's base beyond. Down at bottom, Lightning Storm's out. The Hack, he's got a wand. He will give him another Lightning Storm, and Shineko comes moving across as well. The Lightning Storm will bring him down. BetBoom, the Hack, getting himself a really critical kill here in the bottom lane. That is going to feel great for the Lesh.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Anything you can do to kill the Centaur before it gets too tanky to deal with. It was a nice rotation from Soniqs, but it does leave Noticed a little vulnerable at top. He's probably not going to get a whole lot for the next couple of waves. Ame and Innocent's definitely going to try and force him out of the lane.
Money to burn.
So far, so good for the early game.
Yeah, not looking bad at all for BetBoom, has to be said. They're a little bit behind, but not a worrying amount. I mean, the one concern is the Sniper. He did get the kill onto Nothing to Say, so his net worth isn't looking terrible, but look at the pressure coming out onto him now. Nothing to Say. They get thrown around by Soniqs. Lal going to try and stand his ground here, and they are going to be able to bring him down, especially with a rotation in from Roger. Oh, why looking in trouble as well. Lal trying to get off the last hit onto him, will be able to do so, but probably going to die himself here, although Jinkyu, he is going to go able to get the kill. Now gets up to the high ground. Soniqs and Roger giving chase. They're going to have the dispose available should they want it. But I'll just go in with the rebound 1 and rebound 2. They get the kill onto Jinkyu. I mean, 3 kills for the side of BetBoom. They do lose their Sniper, but very much worthwhile.
Yeah, that was great. So Jinkyu came in and he didn't have the mana to use Trample. Fortunately, Innocence was able to pass him a mango that he could get it off and finish off the Sniper, but still, this hurts for Nothing to Say. These deaths. He's been winning the lane, but the support rotations are making the difference.
Yeah, it really is. And this is going to give them a ton of XP, and they're going to use that to go on to Nothing to Say again. Here, Laguna Blade comes down, but they get a kill to Nothing to Say again. Lal, once again, just having stand his ground and fight into Jinkyu. Jinkyu can't actually finish the job. Onslaught interrupted by Roger as he wraps around the back. Lal trying to keep himself away. They'll use a Stampede to finish the job, and Jinkyu might still get away from this one. Soniqs is chasing. He's got the rebound available in 3 seconds. Innocent's going to slow him down, and he is going to stop him from at least killing Jinkyu, but might have given up his own life here. Soniqs tries to jump across there. A little bit awkward with the rebound. Do they have the damage to just bring him down? They'll use the sidekick, but Onslaught coming on through from... Oh, it's not enough. And Jinkyu could put himself in some trouble. Nah, they're out of mana on the side of BetBoom, so Jinkyu's got to get away with this. But still, more kills coming. These supports are getting so much XP, and I'm not sure if an Earthshaker and a Marcy are the 2 heroes you want to be bleeding XP to on the side of PSG.LGD.
Yeah, they're kind of getting away with it, and now the rotation bottom.
Zahak getting it done. The nice little stun out from Roger as well. Roger, man, he is just everywhere he needs to be in this early game.
You know, there's been some support players in this tournament that have had their Earthshaker licenses revoked, but it's not Roger. He's looking great.
He's clutching onto that Earthshaker card, that's for sure. Such a fun hero to play when it goes right, but so miserable when it goes wrong. And another go in the middle lane.
Got haste.
Nothing to Say this time around. Has a haster in it. He's just running forwards. He's just going to gun down Lal in the street. Now turning his attention towards Soniqs. Finally, Soniqs getting punished for this mindless aggression in the middle lane. Oh my god. PSG.LGD answer that one with force, even bringing Ame across towards the mid. 4 heroes thrown at Soniqs there, saying, please, stop trying to kill Arlena.
Did they not click on him or what? Like, I think that haste means that there's never a kill there. Even if the sniper was already hitting him as the Marcy jumped in. It's only 1 point in rebound. So it's only a 0.9 second stun. Maybe if they'd had the level 6 on the Marcy or something, but yeah, that whole thing seemed a little ill-fated from the beginning.
Yeah, seemed a bit doomed, but nevertheless, slight miscalculation from BetBoom. Just feel themselves a little bit too much, and they'll be put back in their place. Something which LGD are very good at doing.
Yeah, and I am a little worried that the sniper's not finding a whole lot of net worth. He's only level with Faith Beyond currently, so his laning stage not looking great. Needs to find a little bit of quiet time to just go hit up the jungle. I don't think they have any stacks or anything for him.
Roger, nice little block onto Xingqiu here, but Xingqiu just going to go for the short onslaught to get himself away. And it's also going to give away the ward, so really not a worthwhile play from Roger there at all.
Yeah, they'll come over and deal with that in a little bit. Ame just completely free farming at top.
Thanks, Xingqiu. He just stacked the camp, and the hack is already there, and now they're looking towards Xingqiu himself. Oh no, he was like, hey, my creeps, no! And now he's going to die as well. Oh, the life of support, sometimes it can be rough out here.
I think the first time it was like, oh, maybe there's a ward here. And then the second time it's like, okay, there's definitely a ward here. Ping it again.
Get it out.
Yeah, they even throw out the scan just to see if they're still in that area.
Interesting, yeah. In BetBoom, they're trying to find the pace right now. Snake, trying to move forward again. Nothing to say, no hesitation on the Gouda Blade, but will be actually forced back. That was an Arcane Rune, though, so we'll be off cooldown again pretty darn quickly.
A 4-man rotation from BetBoom towards mid doesn't really seem like it's going to end up profiting them anything. It's not a huge cost, but they are just letting Faith Beyond chip bottom kind of for free. Which is
a little bit disappointed that Faith Beyond didn't try and keep his catapult alive there. Feel like the creep wave coming in, you just tank a couple of hits from the tower and trades off a lot of damage onto that building for you, but maybe you didn't want to get the tower near deny range or something.
Yeah, it is also a little scary to be right under the tower when you're playing against Marcy and whatnot. All it's going to take is losing track of one hero for you to get set up on. You're tanky, but they've got more than enough to bring you down. LGD bringing numbers bottom. They've got a Chain Frost that they're keen to use. It's quite a lot of burst to put onto this Leshrac. I mean, doesn't have his VIP boost or anything just yet.
Yeah, the Hug being a cautious kitty and just pulling himself away from that. Oh, they try to go on to Faith Beyond here. A little bit scuffed initiation, and oh my god, LGD are just pouncing the moment they mess this up. They're getting in, but Shaneka, nice jump away there with the rebound, but the Pulverize onto Zahak is not really doing enough damage. Chain Frost is bouncing around, but it's not going to do a damn thing. As Zahak is able to, I say that actually, it's doing quite a thing.
Yeah, okay, it was close, but Lesh just pumping out enough damage. He's farmed enough to... Actually, I think surviving just because he's got so many little items, right? He's got a Null, he's got a Wand, he's got the Raindrops, maybe even the Voodoo Mask helping him out a little bit there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we were talking about before with the Primal Beast, right? Like, if he found some of these earlier rotations and connected, he'd have the XP to absolutely, like, make these kills happen so much easier. But because he was shut down so hard by Roger and just followed around and cancelled out, like, he's completely nullified, and his impact in the game now is suffering because of that. He's currently sitting at 3-3-1, so, still doing all right, but not having that Primal Beast game that everybody dreams of when they pick this hero. Now Lal under the tower is going to get beaten down. There's a Pulverize. You know what? I take it back. Shinki's still doing work on the hero.
Yeah, and LGD poking them from two sides. There's double damage Lina trying to take this tower.
Ooh, nice little use of the Tumbler's toy from Faith Beyond. Did dodge out the rebound stun, which might have met his demise, but nothing to say was waiting nearby with the DD, so... Yeah, you go on that center, you're going to suffer for it. Meanwhile, pressure coming out of top here, and no response really from the side of BetBoom, so PSG.LGD just going to take this offlane tower for free.
Yeah, unfortunately, their mid isn't really ready to get involved at all, and nothing to say. Finds a nice opportunistic DD, so he's ready to go and do stuff on the map. And we are going to start to run into some of these, Earthshaker problems. Even though Roger's having a fantastic game. He's already got Arcane Boots. He's getting really close to his shard. Almost has the money before he's even allowed to buy it. But still, there's only so much that he can do currently.
Well, I'm sure he's slightly tempted to go for the Blink Dagger. Like, you're having such a good start to the game. You could get it at a decent time, but it is just going to give a lull in your pace, which I don't think BetBoom want at the moment.
Yeah, I think I like the shard a bit better this game, actually. It's just, it's tricky. Who are you going to echo? I don't think there's ever really going to be a multi-man echo in this game. The Lena's going to be positioned way back. Lifestealer, he'll be in the middle, sure, but there's Rage. So I think the shard is actually nicer.
Oh my god, look at this response from PSG.LGD. Roger, he just throws in one fish and say, guys, please stop attacking my tower. And PSG.LGD just rip him apart. What? You dare contest us? They are making a statement here in this game one.
Yeah, making it very clear that they don't think that BetBoom can fight them currently. And I think they might be right. The Slardar still needs a little bit of farm. Sure, Leshrak's got a decent amount, but they've definitely got the burst damage to be able to bring him down, even if he does have this Bloodstone. And the sniper contribution is not going to be meaningful for a little bit.
Yep. I hate to be that guy, but
they're just going to walk into Roche.
Almost forgot they had a Slardar, to be fair. But
yeah,
reminded of it now.
We haven't seen a whole lot of notice on the map, but this is a very fast Roshan.
It's going to fly on down here. Huck actually holding on the Edict, but... Roshan going to be very, very dead. PSG.LGD nowhere near in the neighborhood to contest this one, so great little play from BetBoom here. They were securing Aegis for Dahak early on. PSG.LGD absolutely swindled.
Okay, he's pretty strong with the with the Bloodstone and an Aegis. I think it will take them. It's going to take them quite a bit to bring him down. Faith Beyond not going for the full greedy build that we saw him go for last time he played the Centaur. He picked up the Vanguard and the Hood, and I think maybe even some BOTs before the Blink came out. But this time around, Blink just that little bit faster, and it does seem like PSG.LGD in general wanting to push the pace. Ame's going for a Deso as well. Nothing to say. It's just lining up a BKB. Xingqiu getting gone on at bottom. Trying to stampede him out. Is that going to be enough, actually? Oh, Onslaught's already been interrupted.
Yeah, he's a gunner, unfortunately. BetBoom grab themselves a nice little cleanup kill in the bottom lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, how bummed are LGD going to be that they don't get this Aegis?
I think that they had to appreciate that it was a possibility. It's just so hard to be standing around the pit constantly. Oh, they missed the Fissure on Faith Beyond.
That is unfortunate. Centaur being beaten on down here as Innocence jumping in as well. Though the Chain Frost going to take out Notice. Saneko trying to get started on this. Dahak moving in as well. Infest going to peel Faith Beyond up, but not for long as he dies regardless. Now they catch out the Lifestealer. Ame, big target. They bring him down in the backline. Xingqiu, though, he manages to find Lal, but I don't think he's got enough damage by himself to bring him down. Pulverize coming through as well, but Lal's going to survive through it all and now start getting a bit of revenge and blasting into the Primal Beast, who's going to lose his life. 3 dead on the side of PSG.LGD, 2 on the side of BetBoom. Bit of a trade going on in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah, really nice. Faith Beyond thinking that he could stick around there, but does certainly get punished. They still hold on to the Aegis. It didn't look like it was a real fight that LGD were looking for. Nothing to say, was just chilling out over on the other side of the map, pushing in top. And Xingqiu continuing to die is really going to hurt his BKB timing. These back-to-back deaths going to sting.
Yeah, for sure.
Faith Beyond's going for the Wraith Pact. It looks okay, but I think BetBoom are actually really good at dealing with it, especially the sniper. It's just, or even, Marcy just used one flurry on the Unleash to get rid of it. So we'll see how useful it ends up being. I'm kind of surprised that he's not thinking about maybe a pipe or a Lotus or
I don't even
something
like
like
the
that
in this game.
Yeah, Crimson even looks good.
It's an item we've seen occasionally. You know, some offlaners like Saberlight and a couple of others, Toby, I think, have been leaning towards the Crimson every now and again whenever they feel it's necessary. But then again, Wraith Pack always just feels so good.
Yeah, it's a good item for sure. Okay, so BetBoom very cautious, just kind of slow sieging this. Laurel doesn't even want to show. They're just letting Dahak take the tower. Laurel's sitting all the way in the back. I think he's very aware that there could be an infest gank or whatever else looking for him. He has started catching back up in the farm. And I think he's just bought a Deso, which is...
Damn.
Yeah,
that's aggressive.
Yeah, I guess just full synergy with the minus armor. Speaking of aggressive, LGD...
Yeah, they're moving into this angle right now. Who will they find? Well, the first target is going to be Soniqs. A nice little stun from Roger, going to buy him a little bit of time, but the open wounds upon him, and they will take him down. Roger also going to get eliminated on the sidelines, as well as PSG.LGD, the invasion. It nets them 2 kills.
So just a blind jump up the hill for the Tumbler Store from Faith Beyond. I think it might have been. I don't know that they really saw anything.
That sounds like a Faith Beyond move.
Yeah, just full confidence from LGD to go charging into the enemy Ancients when the Aegis is still up for BetBoom. They obliterate the 2 supports to start, and this is part of the problem for BetBoom. There isn't anybody that can really be that first point of contact. I think it should be Dahak while he's got the Aegis, but they were not quite in the right position, maybe not thinking that LGD were going to get there so fast. Because it's a totally different fight if the Lesh gets gone on.
It is, yeah. If the Lesh gets jumped, that's pretty bad pretty quickly for BetBoom. Well, actually, that's said with the Aegis. Maybe not, but the Aegis is now gone, so yeah, absolutely going to be the target in most of these fights now. And as you mentioned before, you know, usually targeting the left track is a big gamble, because if you don't bring him down in time, he will just out DPS you. Pulse Nova is a ridiculous spell, but that gets countered out by the open wounds. As we've seen a few times before, this lifesteal are very, very good at not just himself dealing with the Lesh, but allowing his team to deal with the Lesh. This spell is sick. I've become such an open wounds fan.
Yeah, I think it's just been buffed and buffed. At first, when they swapped stuff around, I was like, oh, so now he gets to pay all this money to get what was basically old open wounds, but it's like, oh, you get open wounds and you get a new open wounds every 500 damage, and your whole team gets a little bit of feast, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's just too much compounded into one spell. It's just become so valuable, especially against these targets which kind of want to sit on the front lines.
Yeah.
And out DPS you, like you just can't do it anymore. And now we will jump inside Faith Beyond. This was entirely spotted out by the side of BetBoom, though, so entirely their choice now how they want to take this. I think the choice is get around.
Yeah, Soniqs trying to break the smoke.
He is going to be able to do so, but it's going to cost him his life. And PSG.LGD more than happy to just back away afterwards as well. Open wounds out onto the left track. He's going to use himself to dodge the LSA. Very much required. Nothing to say. Caught a little bit here. Notice trying to jump in on this one as well, but GQ going to try and break up the fight. The hack. Can he close the gap? No, he cannot. Can't get close enough for the BKB from nothing. So allows him to turn around. Lal is gone. The hack going to die as well. PSG.LGD respond with force.
It was a beautiful just little kite away from PSG.LGD. Dahak ran forward. He'd already pressed the Bloodstone. They forced him into pressing the Yules as well. At that point, he's got no defensive buttons left whatsoever. And suddenly the trap just snapped shut from PSG.LGD.
Absolutely, yeah. It just went from 100 to 0 for BetBoom there. They had this plan. They saw the smoke. You know, they had all the tools they needed, and that is concerning to me. That just kind of another thing which is highlighting, you know, how much BetBoom are struggling here. They had all the information in this situation, and this is the fight they chose to take, the move they chose to make, and it went horribly wrong. And that's a bad sign. That is a bad sign for any team.
Yeah, they just got out-executed, it feels like. And the sniper is simply not threatening enough. There's too many ways to get in on top of him. Doesn't have a whole lot of net worth, so even getting to stand and auto attack for a couple of seconds is not that scary. And Roger did everything that he could, but at the end of the day, Yeah, it's only so much that the Shaker can do to bail out these situations. I don't even know what happened to Notice in that fight, if he was even able to get anywhere.
He tried to jump in. I think he missed the stun of Alina and then got sinister
Right.
gazed and just got absolutely gunned down.
Dang. BetBoom looking a little scared, just chilling out on their side of the map. LGD are continuing to just move around as this 5-man ball. They've really hit their timing. They've hit it very strongly. They're going to get another double damage as well. Okay. Surprised they didn't try and bottle that one up, but Ame may be more than happy to just walk on into the Roche here. It's pretty quick. They've got a full Solar Crest up on Innocent, so he's just been full itemizing against all this physical damage.
BetBoom on nearby. The shrapnel's going to show it out, but it's getting pretty low. Roshan, can they get in here and do anything about it? Jinky's just moving straight away across. Notice, tries for the steal, doesn't work out, and he's going to end up going down. He does have the shard, but not. I think the Lifestealer might have been able to grab it. Not sure. I'm pretty sure the Lifestealer got it. Oh, no, he had it before.
Yeah, people don't really buy it on Slardar, so, and the fact that he's now #1 net worth on his team, I think he did manage to swipe it in the midst of all that.
Yeah, there's no other shard available on PSG.LGD, so yeah, absolutely. Slardar getting something out of that. Not much, but they'll take it. Oh, nice little stun. That's going to allow Leshrak to get off the heels. He tries to turn around with a split up here, but Jinku, he's got a BKB, and he's just able to clobber Dahak. This game is rapidly spiraling out of control for BetBoom now.
Yeah, they're just getting massively out-farmed. Nothing to say with his Boots of Travel is soaking up all the farm on the map. Supports are chilling out with the Lifestealer, who it seems they can't really kill. We always knew that the Lesh was kind of going to be addressed in the draft, but the Sniper has just turned out to not really be that much of a problem. Look at this guy with his Frost Shield and his Solar Crest on him. Ame just doesn't care.
Omelet as well, given a nice amount of armor. It gives you 10 armor this side. It's pretty ridiculous.
Just next to the next. Notice and Roger kind of gearing up as they get their respawns, but Tier 2's already dead, so I think probably a little better just to take the fight on the high ground. It is Sniper. That's his natural habitat. This is what Ho Ho Ha Ha is all about, right? It was the rubber band patch. That's why everybody was so frustrated. Let's see how much strength he gains now that he's got his feet firmly planted on this high ground.
Remember when shrines inside the base were a thing that you could heal yourself from as well?
Yeah.
That was annoying. Jump in though from PSG.LGD. Massive initiation. The two supports just turned into wet noodles. As now, well, BetBoom trying to hold their high ground here, but they are showing no signs of leaving on the side of PSG.LGD. They might be able to bring down Jinkyu. The Corrosive Armor doing a lot of work, but the BKB is going to get him out of there. They're going to lose Ame the one to buyback coming out from the Earthshaker as well. Jinkyu might just throw his life out here to try and save him, but actually, he doesn't need it. The Frost Shield is doing way too much work. Nothing to say. Also dropping the BKB. BetBoom, they know these BKBs are down, so they're going to be tempted to try and chase forward for this, but it's a tricky-dicky situation. Faith Beyond sitting and waiting. Notice trying to find a target, isn't able to do so.
Both teams have vision on each other. Roger's in the trees. Okay, PSG gonna get the D ward.
Like, they're being way too confident here. What's going on?
Yeah.
What a read from them as well. Another infest into the scent.
Man, Dahak with like the all-in play. He's just bought a plate mail and 2 Wraith bands just to try and tank up against the right-click damage. I don't think he's anticipating that he's going to get too many more items this game.
Yeah, the all-in. I mean,
everything for you, Laurel. Just take the creeps.
Feels
Beelining top, 2-man crush.
It's not bad. It's a great way to start the fight. Notice getting a BKB off here and just trying to slam down into the Lifestealer here. They're actually focusing the Wraith Pact first. Beautiful Fisher in from Roger as well. Slam to follow up as well. They're going to be able to take down Arme. BetBoom finding the targets. They will lose Soniqs, but the hack's in deep. Lands a stun. Onto nothing to say. 10 seconds on the BKB from him. He's in trouble as well. BetBoom, are they actually pulling this off right now? Assassinate coming on through, and that will put an end to nothing to say. And on the sidelines as well, Roger finding the +1, trying to close the gap onto Innocence. Innocence running away. This is a very, very anticlimactic end to the fight as they just walk away from each other, but still.
They got all 3 cores. Nothing to say.
massive.
Choosing to come to that fight, even though his BKB was still on cooldown for like another 10 seconds. The Hawk gets up in his face, and BetBoom strike back huge here. Unfortunately, they're not going to get too much on the map out of this. They're not even feeling confident enough to stick around and put some damage onto this tier 2, but beautiful jump in from Noticed. Ame can't leave. The Rage TP is not an option, and they just didn't have their buttons on. Yeah, didn't have their buttons on LGD.
And honestly, Slithering Crush Shard kind of doing work, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good with the bonus radius. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a minor point. About 75 bonus radius. I always look at that and go, like, why is that there? But that situation helped him get the catch on the Sentinel, so definitely feeling pretty damn nice. All right, BetBoom finding some momentum. I mean, they're still 15k gold behind. They're still feeling.
Sniper's getting quite a bit of net worth, though. Like, you know, Laurel was struggling this whole time, and now he's got a Daedalus. So if he gets to just sit, he can pop some heads. And
that will be the plan, but Infest out from the side of PSG.LGD, and once again, moving on forwards here. Yeah, so damn scary.
Dire are scanning.
Okay, this
Boom.
their smoke's broken now. Oh, see the Hawk. A little bit split up for
Immediately
LGD.
popping the Bloodstone.
Yeah, they
When the smoke breaks.
smoke breaks. They hit the scan as well. It's all a little stressful. Maybe time to retreat back onto the high ground.
Yep, the natural environment. They know that once they're up here, it's going to get very, very difficult to fight this. And I like how Lars has been using this concussive grenade to get up cliffs and such. Not sure about that usage there, but you know.
Practicing his rollout from the fountain. What's the fastest way to get to mid?
Watch now.
Yeah.
For the dead.
I was thinking
This guy's
TF2,
just
but
parkouring everywhere.
but anyway.
I think he's on comms going, guys, watch this. Bloop. So cool.
Laurel seems to be having fun.
He is.
Okay, so LGD just kind of chilling for another round of items. I guess we might see another Roshan here. We are going to end up getting the Lotus coming out for Faith Beyond. Innocence also still just continues to itemize nothing but anti-physical as he gets some Guardian Greaves for himself.
Yep. Way of it.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of the Ags on Jin Q other than it just kind of being another damage source.
Yeah, does it disable Bash to the Deep, maybe? I don't actually know.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Buff on you, it's not a debuff to enemies. Well, maybe it's a passive ability, it should stop it.
Yeah.
So the break going to be useful in that regard.
Actually, it's pretty miserable for Shaker, right? If you get broken, because then your Echo doesn't it doesn't stun anymore. The only reason that Echo Slam, as Rubik players well know, the only reason that Echo Slam stuns is because of Aftershock. So maybe that's what it's about.
Shake was one of the first heroes I played, and I was like, I didn't believe in passes when I started playing Dota, so I was like, what's the point in this hero? It's rubbish. PSG.LGD, 18k gold advantage at the moment. They are absolutely in the lead, but BetBoom, they have shown that they can still fight in this game. They have the heroes to do it. Very good plans up their sleeves. And LGD are showing them a lot of respect right now, but it's all about this next Roshan. 30 seconds, Roshan will be up. And that's when we will see these two teams clashing, most likely.
Oh, the 3 cores from LGD at bottom are trying to see if they can find anybody. They're split up from their supports, though, and BetBoom are in the area.
Yeah, they're looking, and they're moving. They're going on the backlines here. They're managing to find Lal up on the high ground. No defensive items on the sniper means he gets shredded. They do kill off Arme, but I don't think they can fight without their sniper on BetBoom. They might try regardless, but Dahak, he's all by himself. His team not really coming across just yet. In will come on notice. The stun is there from Roger. Very nicely done, preventing them from locking down Dahak for too long, but Dahak, he's got to leave. They can't fight without their sniper, and they're going to lose too because of it. Notice and Snakeo both gone. Dahak actually go for the TP out, knowing that Faith Bian has a blink forward. Beautiful little play from Lesh to get him to safety, but overall, that is a big, big loss for them. Yes, they kill off Arme, but their sniper just gets jumped at the exact same time, and LGD will force them back into their base. And now Roshan is back up. I'm not sure they're going to go for it without their lifestealer, though.
Yeah, they can probably just wait. Nothing to say, and Face Beyond are only going to be looking for Laurel, and it is very, very difficult for BetBoom to take a fight outside of their base. Even though they did win that top, that was just PSG.LGD having kind of everything on cooldown at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, they spot Roger.
Needs to leave. Ooh, they're actually trying to make a play here onto the Lina. I mean, I don't think they have the commitment here, and actually, LGD are coming across. Lal, though, pretty well defended at the moment. Soneko going to be able to help him out here. Lal keeping his distance, but is deep in the trees, and meanwhile, his front lines are getting absolutely ravaged. Roger is already out for the count. They're trying to fight into Faith Beyond, but actually Soneko's taking more damage than he's dealing to the Sentinel right now. Lal is going to be able to bring down Faith Beyond, but the hack is dead in the backlines, trying to make the space for his sniper. So sacrificial on this Leshrac.
They're still finding trades, though, on BetBoom. Making PSG.LGD work for it, nothing to say. Having to be a little bit careful about where the Marcy's getting in, even though he doesn't have any items or anything at all. Like even in the previous fight over near the outpost, Soneko just beelined him, and nothing to say. Still had to show a little bit of respect as they now just walk straight into the pit.
Down way too quick. Yeah, BetBoom. They tried. They tried to run over, but they're just too slow.
All right. Ame picks up everything, divides the spoils as he sees fit.
Ame the distributor. You may have a cheese.
Let the ho-ho high ground continue for BetBoom. I think that's the one hope.
Yeah. Lol. What's he going to queue up? I mean...
So he bought the full pike.
Yeah. Yeah, the pike is a big one. This is going to give him more maneuverability in the fights, which did allow him to survive the last engagement, but... No. I feel like your two options here are more damage or... go for just pure survivability. Let's go for the swift blink. That's current thinking.
Yeah, I think the blink is nice. It's kind of a damage item as well, just in terms of the less time you spend running or repositioning, the more time you spend just sitting and getting the auto attacks off. It makes it a little easier for him to fight outside of the base as well, which has really been the struggle. As soon as they get eyes on him, as soon as he starts hitting anybody, there's just heroes on top of him. They're kind of not necessarily baiting Dahak, but he just wants to push this out while Roger protects him.
Yeah. I love how cautiously LGD move across the map as well. Even when they have a 26k gold advantage and Aegis and a cheese, they're still they're giving the gem to Faith Beyond just to run forward and check the cliffs, and the whole team slowly move out behind him. This team just does not make mistakes.
And the game should be pretty secured for them at this point, so it's just a matter of making the right plays, trying to find the pickoffs. They are going to continue scaling as well. There's still room to grow on all of these heroes. So yeah. I don't think there's too much of a rush. And of course, BetBoom going to have the buybacks as well.
Yeah, I do hope we hit around the 80-minute mark, just so that everybody on PSG.LGD gets an axe from Roshan, which means we have no choice but to give the Centaur an axe. Yeah,
that's the plan that we're on currently.
That is the dream for me, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys, it's just how it is.
Jinkyu's already got his covered. The lifestealers is pretty weird, but I guess it is good under some circumstances. So.
Yeah, they increase cast range and the cooldowns.
Innocence just walks forward.
Yep, he is actually going to lose his life here. Xingqiu popping the BKB and going on to the hack here. It's a big target if they want to try and bring him down, and Soniqs just going to come and try and save the day. As Attack actually has a blade mail at the moment. Nice stun onto 2. They're going to slam just for the lockdown here as Notice commits to the fight, but Xingqiu in once again with the second BKB. They gave him the refresher shot to get another charge out on this and another pulverize, which completely catches the hack off guard. They are now pewing him down from the high ground, though. Lal doing the work to bring down the Primal Beast, but yeah, interesting fight from PSG though.
Yeah, still a little bit more expensive for BetBoom, but it is a hold. Goes to show when Sniper's just able to sit there. It's kind of difficult to dislodge.
Yeah, it took me a minute there. I was like, how is Xingqiu back in with another BKB and another pop? They handed over the shard. Very nice.
Yeah, so I don't know if they were even really like fully looking to take a fight there. Nothing to say did TP into the bottom wave and kind of backstabbed. And I am curious to see what LGD's plan is necessarily. Like, do they think that they need to split push? Do they show like 4 heroes on one side, kind of fake out an engagement, and then nothing to say is like chipping elsewhere? Or do they feel like they can just get full items and force their way up onto the high ground that way?
Yeah.
Just overwhelming net worth.
That's a question. Nothing to say, it's actually 25 as well, which is very, very early, to be fair. We don't really see 25s being hit at pre-40 minutes these days due to the XP changes. But yeah, Laguna Blade now going to be pure damage and goes through spell immunity, so take a nice cool 900 damage nuke to the face. That's like half a Sniper's HP pool if you can get him.
Yeah, and well, if he gets too much more net worth, he can definitely still pick up an Ags and a Shard for himself and just get the best of both worlds in this Lina build.
I would really like to see the Ags on this Lina, honestly. Like, if she can just get the Ags and silver Ags, like Flame Cloak, Silver Edge, run around the backlines of a fight.
Yeah, you can just like you could fly over the trees and just come find the Sniper. It's like, what's he gonna do?
It would be a strat, but it would also be kind of risky because if you get caught out there, then things gonna get hairy very quickly. Prefer just to stay in the bulk of their team. Actually, always gonna be the ones playing it safe.
And Hawk just getting a blade mail, fully accepting his role this game as the guy who gets gone on.
Yep.
Fair enough. Like we said, his hero is pretty countered, so, and they didn't really have much of a front line, so Lush gonna try and take up that mantle.
Yeah, they are kind of making a play on Faith Beyond here, but it's a very soft commitment, even using the Ice Spire just to plonk that down and give him a bit of health. Xingqiu always waiting by the sidelines, ready with the Blink Pulverize, so very, very hard for BetBoom to do anything about this.
Yeah, they did kind of whiff the initiation a little bit there. They like crushed and Yules at the same time, but yeah, it wasn't really going to be a kill anyway. It was just checking PSG.LGD, who's in the trees, who's there. BetBoom do smoke up. Okay. See nothing to say.
Movement here as they move in towards the mid lane and do manage to catch out the Lina with the stun. Notice going to follow up as well. BKB is there, but the bash comes out from the Lifestealer, but they are being able to close the gap onto the lane, but nothing to say. Just turning around, guns them down. 1-2 kills for the Lina. Scuffs initiation from BetBoom as Lal forced up to the high ground TP out. He's going to be alright, but wow, they did not have the damage. Just overextending for this Lina a little too hard.
Oh, they lost the chain stun.
Yeah.
As soon as they let him out of the stun lock, nothing to say, came out swinging. And alright, I guess this is how PSG.LGD break up onto the high ground. Gonna buy back onto Hawk, but even a 3v5 seems pretty difficult.
It really does, yeah.
Oh my god, they just push so fast. They're so farmed. It's a 40k gold lead.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Of course, BetBoom, their hopes and dreams starting to dissipate in front of their very eyes here. Could really, really have gone for a 2-0 here if they wanted to stay in this tournament, but looking less and less likely as PSG.LGD take every single one of their barracks.
We've seen Sniper hold for 70+ minutes in some of these TI group stage games, though I do not think that PSG.LGD are going to give him that opportunity.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Faith beyond. Definitely not planning on that as they go for the infest play once again. Smoke up.
Nothing to say, he's just deciding what he wants his final inventory to be at this point. Just get it all geared up.
Jesus. Roger just absolutely evaporates. Does have the buyback, and Slark using the nice little concussive shot to bounce back the onslaughting Primal Beast, but the hack is losing his health fast here as Armo is going to be able to rip him apart. Nothing to say. In on the front lines, takes down Notice. Now they'll move across towards the Sniper. They hit dead as well. The slam comes out. It's very pretty from Roger, but ultimately useless as they will tear through everybody. GG is called, and PSG.LGD back in TI form, completely smashed down upon BetBoom in this game number 1.
LGD making it look easy. I like the drafts. I really liked what they had against the Leshrac. The Sniper turned out to be pretty ineffective against a lot of the armor, the frost shield, everything else. They put up a fight, but yeah, LGD feels like maybe on another level a little bit here.
Yeah, I think putting up a fight is about as much as you can say for BetBoom in this one. I mean, they had some ideas, they had